The proclamation says it all, so I'm going to read that and then ask for a couple people to please say a few words. But this is a proclamation from their Air Council. Whereas Montgomery County is celebrating the 40th anniversary of the first retroactive smoke alarm law in the United States, which adopted a retrofit law requiring smoke alarms to be installed in homes effectively July 1st, 1978. And whereas a residential smoke alarm provides an early warning of home fires, and the usage of smoke alarms in the United States rose from less than 10% in the mid-1970s to more than 95% today, and has cut home fire fatalities nearly in half. And whereas smoke alarm technology was developed in the 1960s, and by the mid-1970s, fire officials in Montgomery County recognized the potential smoke alarms had to reduce fire deaths, and whereas three aspects of fatal fires suggested that early detection is a means of reducing fire deaths. Fatal residential fires most commonly occur when residents are asleep. Fatal fires burn for a long period of time before they are discovered. And most deaths are due to smoke inhalation rather than burns, and whereas through education, engineering, and enforcement, Montgomery County has significantly reduced fire fatalities, and in 2018, 40 years since the legislation went into effect, smoke alarms remain one of the most critical residential safety devices in the fight against home fires, and whereas the Montgomery County Fire and Rescue Service has a vital role in the protection of residents and visitors to the county and remains committed to reducing the risks of home fire injuries and fatalities through education, engineering, and the advancement of life-saving technologies. Now, therefore, it be resolved that today be called be declared Fire Prevention Month and the 40th anniversary of Montgomery County Smoke Alarm Law, and it's signed today by our President, Hans Reamer. Congratulations. Listen to the chief.
Well, I just want to thank Councilman Katz for this proclamation today. Obviously, it recognizes a tremendous milestone event. Mary Marchone and I were part of putting this smoke alarm legislation together, and obviously getting the word out in the community 40 years ago. And it did save lives, and it continues to save lives today. And obviously, the technologies become much greater. We now have 10-year sealed battery smoke alarms, which are required in all homes as of January 1st of this year. And those devices are saving lives. We've seen the fire deaths decrease this year in the state of Maryland over last year. So not only smoke alarms, but residential sprinklers. And those two things combination are saving lives throughout the state of Maryland. And I want to thank you all again for this opportunity, and obviously recognizing this very important legislation that was the first in the country to put this in place in residential homes and existing homes. So thank you very much.
As Brian outlined, this was groundbreaking action 40 years ago, but it was only the beginning of what has become a course and a practice of Montgomery County taking initiatives and forward progressive steps on home safety, one of which was just approved several weeks ago with our carbon monoxide detector law. And Montgomery County's history with fire sprinklers and smoke detectors and other factors by which we keep you, the residents, safer at home and give you that early warning and early detection. The smoke detector is that silent sentry that is there and helps you at the time of need and gives you that early warning. So thank you very much, Mr. Katz, and all the council for this recognition.